Which team will advance into the next round of the NCAA tournament? In the first game played here tonight, we already had a big upset. Number 12, Marquette, knocked off number 5, Clemson. Will that be inspiration for Maine? We'll find out. It's Maine and LSU in the NCAA tournament, and it's coming up next.
University of Maine Women's NCAA Basketball Tournament on WLBZ2 is brought to you by Morrison Auto Dealerships, EBS Building Supplies, Maine and New Hampshire Chevy Dealers, Hammond Lumber, Barney GMC, Central Maine Power, Darling's Dealerships, Weber Exxon, and by Saturn of Bangor.
When I play ball, I love playing against the smoker. Wheezing and coughing, colors changing in their face. They can't even talk trash, they're so winded. Don't know what these guys are thinking, man. The money players today, they don't smoke. You smoke, you can't breathe. You can't breathe, you can't run. You can't run, you can't win. Yo, you getting all of this? I'm not talking trash, man. I'm talking truth.
Hello? Oh, you're calling from your car. What?
Car running a little rough. Put a Tiger in your tank.
Weber Energy Fuels and Exxon, teammates since 1935, congratulates the University of Maine women's basketball team for having another outstanding year. Good luck, Lady Bears, in this year's NCAA tournament. And remember, put a Tiger in your tank.
We searched the far corners of the galaxy for the largest vehicle selection, competitive pricing, and down-to-earth salespeople. We found them at Morrison Chevy Geo and Lincoln Chevy Olds Geo.
Check out the 97 Chevy Malibu for the perfect balance of design and affordability. Or the 97 Chevy Venture, a minivan full of great ideas. Or the 97 Olds Cutlass that creates solutions to everyday problems.
Don't get lost in space looking for the best deal. Visit Morrison Chevy Geo in Ellsworth.
And Lincoln Chevy Olds Geo in Lincoln.
We've got the keys you need.
We are back at the Pete Maravich Assembly Center in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. 3 minutes just about until game time between Maine and Louisiana State University. Rachel Bouchard and Lee Goldberg here, hoping that you will enjoy the action that we'll be bringing your way tonight, and we are happy to be bringing you this action as well on the stations of the Maine Broadcasting System. All right, Rachel, we saw an upset in the first game. Marquette, the 12th seed, upset Clemson, the 5th seed, and I think the happiest people of all about that were the Maine coaches and players saying, hey, they just gave our kids inspiration. If they could do it, we could do it. What do you think?
I think that was, like you said, a great incentive. And we can remember back to last year's game against George Washington. In the first half, Maine had the lead. I think that a lot of schools may take Maine lightly, saying, oh, they're just Maine, you know, they may have a good record, but they're from Maine. And I don't think that teams really give Maine the respect that they deserve. And I think Maine is going to go out and prove a point. They proved it all year. They upped their conference schedule. They played North Carolina. They played Western Kentucky. They played some very tough teams. And again, while they didn't win those games, they gained some valuable experience, and hopefully that's going to prove invaluable to them here this evening.
Earlier in the week, we did some stories from here in Louisiana mentioning the matchups, and one of the matchups actually on the coaching front, and LSU has one of the best all-time, Sue Gunter, her 15th year here at LSU, 33 years of coaching overall. As you see, there's her overall record, 545 wins, 244 losses. She was the Olympic coach for the USA in 1980 and was the National Coach of the Year back in 1983. She is very familiar with Joanne Palumbo-McCauley, who spent some time in Auburn before coming to Maine. There you see Joanne Palumbo-McCauley's record, 5th season, 102 wins, 45 losses, and she has led her team to a 3rd consecutive NCAA appearance. Now, LSU has not been in the NCAA tournament since 1991. In fact, they were 7-20 back in 1995, 21-11 last year. They did not get into this tournament. They were into the NIT, and Sue Gunter's team finished 3rd there. So they are just happy to be here. You think of LSU and all the strong tradition they have in men's basketball and baseball, and in football or women's basketball been a little struggling lately. First time since '91, but they are back and they're hoping to make the most of their opportunities.
Yeah, they were in Maine's Portland shootout a couple of years ago, and that was, I guess you could call it an off year. They were struggling at that time. Their record really didn't show the kind of team that they were, and I think that Coach Gunter went out, did some recruiting from some junior colleges and picked up some very, very fine players. And you can see the results. She's brought in some great freshmen. She's got a very talented club that play in a very, very difficult league.
The clock is winding down. It has been a long day for the players on both teams, waiting all day just to play tonight's game. Nerve-wracking.
That's the hardest part about it, is going, man, I'm not going to be playing until 9 o'clock.
All right, the clock is winding down, and we're getting ready for the starting lineups. To get those, we will go to the public address announcer, Mr. Dan
Good evening,
Bornay.
ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Pete Maravich Assembly Center for the second game of the first round of the NCAA Women's Basketball Championships. In tonight's first game, Marquette beat Clemson 70-66. In the second game, University of Maine Black Bears against the LSU Lady Tigers. Here are the starting lineups for tonight's game. At one forward for Maine, a 6'1" sophomore from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, Clara Daines. At one forward for LSU, a 5'10" senior from Brooklyn, New York, number 11, Pietra Gay. At the other forward for Maine, a 5'9" junior from Beals, Maine, number 22, Sandy Carver. At the other forward for LSU, a 6'1" junior from Monroe, Louisiana, number 44, Kia Howell. At center for Maine, a 6'4" senior from Bristol, Connecticut, number 32, Stacy Perini. At center for LSU, a 6'2" senior from Parsons, Kansas, number 51, Tony Gross. At one guard for Maine, a 5'9" junior from Clinton, Maine, number 14, Cindy Blodgett. At one guard for LSU, a 5'7" sophomore from Abbeville, Louisiana, number 4, Latasha Dorsey. At the other guard for Maine, a 5'7" freshman from Augusta, number 20, Amy Vachon. And at the other guard for LSU, a 5'9" senior from Monroe, Louisiana, number 10, Elaine Powell.
There you have the starting lineups, and if you're nervous at home, just imagine how nervous the players on the Maine team are, and I'm sure little butterflies in the stomach of Coach Joanne Palumbo. Big game, another one for her team, trying to take her program to the next level, and a win over 9th-ranked LSU. Rachel, would speak volumes to do that.
Certainly would, and getting back to those butterflies, nervous excitement, I think that can be a blessing, it can be a curse. It can be a curse when you have to wait around all day until 9 o'clock at night, but we were at the hotel. The team was very loose, they were very relaxed, and I think that they're very focused. They know what they have to do. They know what they have to do. They have to control the boards, number one, keep LSU off the boards. They're a very good offensive rebounding team.
The officials for tonight's game, Tom Dubas will be the referee. Luann Miller and Bruce Short are the umpires. Well, knowing what they have to do and doing it will be two different things. This will not be an easy task for Maine. LSU is an excellent basketball team, 9th in the nation. Maine will do its best to try and slow the Tigers down. And here we go. Quickly off the tap, it goes to Powell. And one of the best guards in the nation gets started with 2. You will hear Elaine Powell's name often. She teams up with Pietra Gay as the best backcourt in the country. Good defensive pressure by LSU. Blodgett will start for a three. Little too strong, out of bounds. Carver goes for it, but she can't get there, and LSU will maintain possession.
No zone matchup there for LSU. They're going to go straight in your face, man-to-man for 40 minutes.
Sue Gunter, speaking with her yesterday at the press conference, feels she has better athletes and overall a better team, is not very afraid of Maine, is more concerned on how Maine will stop them. Toni Gross misses underneath. Maine gets a break because she had position. Blodgett being defended by Latasha Dorsey, who is the best defender on the team. Perini misses, gets it back, gets the basket and the foul.
Good job by Perini that time just to stay with it. A little anxious, a little bit of adrenaline going there, put it up too hard the first time. Take another look at it. Good rebounding position, also posting up position for Perini. She stayed with it. LSU has got to keep Perini off the board.
Consensus is if Maine will have a chance to beat the Tigers, it will be down low with Perini and Cassidy. The weak part of LSU's game is their post players. Blodgett, stutter step, throws it up the glass, side of the backboard. She gets it back, and we'll look to start it all over. The shot clock was not reset, so the whistle was blown, and they're going to reset the shot clock. And Maine, I would imagine, will just take possession out of bounds. We're tied at 2, just a minute and 3 seconds into the game. Neither team getting really into a rhythm yet, just kind of feeling each other out. A lot of, as Rachel noted, nervous excitement on both teams, I would imagine. So much pressure on LSU to win. Pressure on Maine to pull the upset. You hear the fans in the background. A large contingency of Maine fans have made the trek to Baton Rouge for tonight's game.
This is going to be a very physical game. You can see all the contact down underneath already early in the game.
Sandy Carver found position down low, fed it to Clara Danes, and she hits for 2. Maine leads it by a pair. Dorsey over to Gay. Gay puts up a 3. It's short, rebounded by Maine. Sandy Carver coming up big again. And Maine will push it up. Danes had position. Inside.
Travel.
And they're going to get her for steps before.
Knew what she wanted to do before she actually put the ball down that time. So far, Maine's game plan seems to be working. Push the ball down inside.
With all of the athletes that LSU has, Maine will also try to slow down the tempo of the game. We're used to seeing Maine try and run their opponents off the floor. They will be playing the other side of that coin tonight. LSU would certainly get the better of Maine if they tried to get into a track meet with them. Gross underneath, in and out, no good. Perini can't get it, Danes does. Maine by 2 as the Tigers struggle inside. The Tigers have not scored since the opening tip when Powell took it right in. Danes thought about the 3, and she will get called for steps again. And Coach Joanne Palumbo on the sideline saying, calm down, and Jamie Cassidy will check in.
Take a deep breath. There's just so much pressure out here. And sometimes as a player, you can be your own worst enemy, putting pressure on yourself to do certain things rather than just letting the game come to you.
The shot was well short there by Kia Howell. Blodgett moves, tries to push herself off and work free, can't, gets it cross court to Perini. Perini out to Carver. Vashon calling for the ball at the top of the key, and Carver will travel. The 3rd traveling violation. And Coach Palumbo again telling the team to calm down, relax, get into the flow. Danes checks out and Cassidy is in, so the Twin Towers are in for Maine, 6-4 and 6-4. Neither team lighting it up. Maine, 2 of 5, LSU 1 of 5. We're stuck at 42, Maine leading. Gay gets it into Gross. Gross turns and is too strong again, and Toni Gross really struggling early on.
Great defense that time by Cassidy.
Blodgett. Between the legs, she'll drive and is fouled by Dorsey. Nice move by Cindy Blodgett to get past Dorsey, who again is said to be the best defender on this LSU team. No surprise she's matched up on Blodgett.
She's got a very tough assignment tonight, guarding Blodgett. She is shorter, but you can see Cindy that time saying, oh man, I was open, give me the ball.
Blodgett looks to go baseline, pulls it back out, now into Perini, who has position again. Too strong, Carver's there, can't get it. Battle for the boards, Gross rips it down, and she is fouled by Perini. Stacey Perini had great position there, just couldn't get the basket to fall, and Maine is going to need her to start making these baskets if it wants to have a chance tonight.
Some of these rebounds are gettable rebounds, if you want to use that term. But you've seen that they've been bounced around like a hot potato the last couple of times. Neither team really getting into the flow of the game. A lot of tips.
Maine has the height advantage over LSU. Perini and Cassidy both 2 inches taller than Tony Gross. Powell's left alone for 3, and you can't let that happen. Elaine Powell, first team All-SEC, averaging 18 points a game. She has 5, and it's 5-4 LSU. Blodgett in trouble, gets it back to Cassidy. Now Carver. Cassidy is a wide open. Carver finds her, and Cassidy's foul. Beautiful give and go. Cassidy and Carver worked it to perfection there.
Great look that time. Cassidy got it up to Carver. No one came to pick Cassidy up. She was left wide open. Good court awareness that time by Carver. Getting it in. Good strong move. The Maine players cannot be intimidated. They have the height advantage inside, and that time you could see Cassidy taking one dribble and taking a strong dribble and drawing the foul.
See the numbers on Cassidy, shooting 77% from the free throw line. She hits the first, and we're tied again at 5.
Into the game for LSU.
Substitutions for LSU now. Aga Chekwek checks into the game for Kia Howell. Cassidy misses the second, Powell the rebound. We're tied at 5. About 4.5 minutes into this one. Powell up top. Now in the corner, Dorsey. Dorsey will fire the shot, and she'll hit. Latasha Dorsey for 3. As a rule, the Tigers do not shoot a lot of three-pointers. They're not known as an outside shooting team. But if they're there, they will take them, and it's what we see so far. They'll make them. Blodgett still can't get on track. Katie Clark is rejected by Gross, and Gross saves it, but it's to Blodgett. She'll try 3 and miss again. Clark with the rebound. And Clark's in trouble, ripped down by Gross. She loses the ball out of bounds. LSU will get it. The Tigers lead this one 8-5, and we've got a timeout on the floor. We're coming back with more. Black Bears trail it by 3.
And now a message from happy Saturn owners.
Great sound, great air conditioning, electric sunroof, 35 miles to the gallon. What more could you want?
Between the kids and the dog, we've got plenty of room.
And the service out here just cannot be beat.
This has the side impact beams and the dual airbags. That was a big consideration for us in buying a car with the family we have and the family we want to have in the future.
Saturn, a different kind of car, a different kind of company. Hogan Road, Bangor.
EBS House Care, your prescription for home improvement.
Welcome to Sam's Satellite City. May I help you?
I'm interested in DBS.
Direct broadcast satellite. You'll need a dish, a receiver, decoder, some converters, connectors, various and sundry electronic components.
I need all this?
This'll get you started. Say, how many TVs do you have?
3.
Well then, you're just going to need a few more things, aren't you? There you go. Of course, this doesn't include your monthly subscription fees.
That costs extra?
And if you still want to watch local network programming, you'll also need a regular antenna. We have an excellent selection of regular antennas.
Back at Baton Rouge, Louisiana, where Latasha Dorsey's three-pointer has given LSU a 3-point lead.
Look at the room that Dorsey has to shoot this shot. LSU's offense really is spreading that Maine defense, that 2-3 matchup zone, really spreading them out. We saw Vermont do that last week against the Black Bears as well.
Field goal percentage, Maine just 2 of 10. LSU not much better, but good enough for a lead right now. Tony Gross misses. Perini in on the rebound. Tony Gross really struggling. Getting back to all the room that Dorsey had on that three-pointer. Maine, I know, has been working all week on stopping LSU's penetration, not worrying too much about the outside shot, and LSU taking advantage of that right now.
So far, LSU is living by that outside shot. That can change in a heartbeat. They can start hitting those shots, then they can go cold. So they have to start getting a better balance of inside-outside.
Shot clock is at 1. Cassidy will take and make.
Great pass by Amy Vachon that time. You see, the shot clock was running down. She kept her composure, got it into Cassidy.
I'm not sure they were aware that the shot clock was winding down because Katie Clark's shot was so far off the mark it didn't hit the rim. And I'm not sure that the players realized that. Finally, Vachon did and managed to find Cassidy. And there's Pietra Gay for 3. Gay shoots 36% from three-point land, and Maine is going to have to make some adjustments to stop the three-point shooters. And Gay is on the other end to tie up Cassidy and force the jump ball. Maine will maintain possession.
LSU doing a great job defensively. That time, Cassidy had great post position inside. You can see Gay come over from the help side. Cassidy got the ball. Thought she had a wide open shot, but great job by LSU sliding over on that help side to tie the ball up.
Clara Danes has checked back in. Stacey Perini has taken a seat. Cassidy has position and 2 more. We said that Cassidy and Perini would have to have big games, and right now Jamie Cassidy has come to play. 11-9. Maine trails it by 2, and Cindy Blodgett hasn't hit the scoreboard yet. Katrina Hibbert is too strong. Blodgett with a rebound. She is hit from behind by Powell, who takes it away. Again, Coach Palumbo stressing calmness on the sidelines. No foul was called as Blodgett was hammered.
At this point in the game, Maine does not want to get into a run and gun.
Finally, Cindy Blodgett is on the board. The three-pointer is in. 13-12, LSU by 1. Powell drives, tries to kick it out. Cassidy knocked it away. Hibbert chases it down. Maine trails it by just 1. Gay thought about the 3, will drive instead. And a foul is called as Gay drove the lane. And it'll be on Katie Clark out of Bangor.
There was that penetration. You said that Maine was concerned about Gay. Very, very quick first step.
20-second timeout by Coach Joanne Palumbo. She wants to talk some things over with her team. Maine trailing it by just 1. Cindy Blodgett 1 of 5 from the floor, 3 points. But right now the difference, Rachel, has been the three-point shooting, which I'm sure Maine, of everything they've scouted, I would imagine the three-point shooting was one of the things they were least worried about. Elaine Powell doing it all for LSU so far as we expected.
See Blodgett go up for the rebound, not protect the ball. Great hands by Powell. That's why she is a second-team All-American.
There she is, Elaine Powell, 5'9" senior, first team, all Southeast Conference. Maine down by 1. Tigers to inbound, and it goes up top to Dorsey. Gabrielle DeShong in for Maine. Hibbert takes the 3, is way too strong. Blodgett protecting the ball as Powell almost got another one from her. Now Blodgett to Vachon. Up top to Cassidy. Cassidy will drive. Up and in. Jamie Cassidy gives Maine the lead, 14-13. Cassidy has 7.
And now it seems to be LSU's outside shooting against Maine's inside game. That again was what we said was going to be the key.
Gay's 3 is in and out, and DeShong does a nice job to save it to Blodgett. She'll bring it up behind the back, keep it herself through the legs. And now Vachon into Cassidy again, and why not? Triple teamed, and Dorsey takes it away. Great defense by the Tigers there.
They had help side, they had the guard dropping down. Nothing Cassidy could do on that one except try to keep the ball a little bit higher next time down the floor.
Elaine Powell in the corner now to Gay. She'll take 3. Rebound, good box out by Danes, and she gets the rebound. Vachon ahead to Cassidy. Cassidy was there. The pass a little too strong, though. And it goes out of bounds. 14-13. Maine leads it by 1. And we're going to take a timeout with the Black Bears leading it by 1. 11:40 to play in the first half.
Are you spending too much time and money at the pumps? Try a fuel-efficient Honda Civic from Darlings. Starting with the thrifty yet sporty 2-door Civic HX. The 3-door CX hatchback is affordable and efficient. Check out the roomy interior of the DX 4-door sedan, a great value in a fuel-efficient sedan. Driving a Honda is more affordable than ever. Drive away a new Civic 4-door for only $169 per month. See the complete line of Hondas at Darlings Honda. In the long run, it doesn't cost any more to drive a Honda.
MBNA New England is looking for highly motivated people with excellent communication skills and the desire for an interesting and successful career.
It's incredible. There's so much energy out here. Everyone loves to be here. I have yet to see a sad face.
The world's leading issuer of the Gold MasterCard, MBNA America offers career-oriented positions with advancement opportunities. Full-time positions are available at Camden and Belfast in customer satisfaction, customer assistance, marketing activation, and customer retention. Career development is available through MBNA's leadership program.
It's just a business about people. MBNA is successful because people want to be here, and that makes a difference. MBNA wants their people happy. I do new higher education. You see people coming in for work all day long, and they're all smiling, they're all talking, they're in a good mood, and it's because they want to be here. It's a great place to be.
Part-time opportunities are also available in Portland, Brunswick, and Orono. For an application, call 1-800-386-MBNA.
It's a great place to be.
Maine has 14 points. Freshman Jamie Cassidy has 7. Black Bears lead it by 1. 5 rebounds as well for Cassidy. 7 points, 5 rebounds. We've barely played 9, not even played 9 minutes.
I guess you could say that the freshman Cassidy has adjusted to the NCAA tournament quite nicely.
Look at the rebounding advantage. 17 rebounds for Maine. Unbelievable so early in the game to have that many rebounds. Powell tries a 3 and hits. You've got to have a hand in the face of Elaine Powell or she'll score 50. She has 10.
Look at Cassidy posting up inside. Great position. She's keeping Gross on her hip. The only way that Gross is going to get that ball from Cassidy is to foul her.
Cassidy was hacked as she had the great position. Tony Gross called for the foul. Sue Gunter not liking that call. She's doing a little vocalizing with the officials, and I would imagine it's not the first time. Look at the position by Cassidy.
Great post position. That one dribble, you know, it's going to be hard for a defensive player who's playing behind that person not to get those fouls called. They've got to really work on getting their feet around. If they don't, Maine post players will kill them inside.
She uses her body, Cassidy does, so well to get position. She's not the biggest girl you'll ever see for a post player, but she makes the most of what she has and really does a nice job to get free down low. Second free throw by Cassidy misses. She missed them both. LSU leads by 2, and they're on the run. Here comes Powell. Deshawn right in her face. Powell goes fire. 2 more.
How's that for a shake and bake? Great hesitation dribble that time by Powell. Deshawn just froze her right in her tracks.
She is the real thing, folks. Elaine Powell. She's got 12. LSU leads it by 4. Cassidy again, and why not? If it ain't broke, why fix it? Jamie Cassidy for 2 more. 18-16, Maine within 2. Senior Kelly Stubbs at the table, set to check in. Powell will drive, kick it out to Gay, thought about the 3. Instead will drive, and the foul will be called as Gay went to the lane. Jamie Cassidy, by the way, is perfect from the floor, 4 of 4.
Maine zone actually doing a good job defending LSU. I mean, we said before, Maine's main concern was going to be their penetration. Again, LSU right now is just hitting the 3-pointers, something that they were expected not to be their primary focus of the game, but you can see they're lining up and starting to drain them.
Hibbert takes the 3. Gay battles for the rebound, but loses it out of bounds, and Maine will get it, trailing by 2. Sydney Blodgett has just 3 points, and we have played half of the first half. She's being defended by the best player on this LSU team defensive-wise. And Blodgett pushes off and gets two, and everybody on LSU raises to their feet to say she pushed off. That should have been a foul.
Well, Blodgett does a good job protecting the ball, and sometimes protecting the ball leads to a little bit of pushing off.
And now a foul will be called as expected. Dorsey drives. Cindy Blodgett whistled for the foul. Just her first. Dorsey will go to the line. We're tied at 18, Rachel. How long, or have we already reached the point where the butterflies are gone and it's time to play basketball?
I think we reached that point probably 6 minutes ago. We saw the teams trading baskets, trading misses for a while. Then you saw them both settle down. They started having a lot crisper passes. You can start seeing them slow the game down, especially for Maine. That's going to be one of the keys to know when to run and know when to stop.
Carver trying to dish it to Daines, and here comes LSU, 2-on-1. Dorsey.
That's the one thing Maine does not want to have happen, is to let LSU start running down the floor. Turn this into a track meet right away. That's not going to be the Maine's advantage.
Not at all. Coach Joanne Palumbo begging her team to go slow. Blodgett shot, she gets the bounce. When you're the nation's leading scorer, you get bounces like that. Blodgett quickly now has 7. And we're tied at 20.
Look at the gaps in the middle of Maine's zone right now.
Gay for 3 more.
You have to wonder how long the shooting is going to keep up for LSU.
This is also eerie, very reminiscent of last year's NCAA tournament game against George Washington, where the Colonials lit it up from out of bounds. Blodgett was losing control, so threw the ball off of the LSU player to keep possession. But remember last year, where George Washington shot some phenomenal percentage from three-point land, and it was their best three-point shooting performance of the year. It just happened to come at Maine's expense. Will we see another one of those? 23-20, Blodgett will go to the line. 8:31 to play. Jamie Cassidy on the bench, getting a breather. Stacey Perini back in.
Good job by Blodgett that time. Saw a seam in the defense there. Vachon found her, cut into the basket.
There you saw the reach in and the foul. The points in the paint so far, we said that Maine would have a big advantage in the paint. 14 for the Black Bears, 4 for LSU so far. Cassidy and Perini doing the work on the boards too. 19 rebounds for Maine, 5 for LSU. And the Black Bears are within 1, 23-22. You think Maine belongs with the 9th team in the nation? Well, so far they say yes. Turnover, LSU. Caritas Henry loses it out of bounds, and Maine can take the lead with a basket here.
I'm sure Coach Gunter is not happy with LSU's play on the offensive end. They seem to be a little lackadaisical. That's going to get them in trouble with this Maine team.
That is the first turnover by LSU today. Maine has already committed 8 turnovers. And Caritas Henry is whistled for the foul, and Sue Gunter again giving it to the officials. She's like, hey, we're playing in my house. We should be getting these calls. This isn't Alfond Arena. And an illegal screen called against Maine. Clara Daines trying to set a screen, and it was whistled for the foul.
Dorsey's done a good job defensively on Blodgett. Saw that time Daines was trying to come out, set a screen, free Cindy up for an outside shot. A little extra movement on that pick.
So Daines takes a seat, and the Twin Towers are back. Cassidy and Perini inside. LSU leads it by 1, 8 minutes to play. Folks, we got ourselves a ball game. It's been great so far, and especially Elaine Powell.
You see that elevation on Powell that time? She looks like she was going to drive to the basket, pulled up, hung in the air, going, what should I do next?
Powell has 14 of her team's 25 points. It's a 3-point LSU lead, and Powell is 6 of 6 from the floor. Perini gets it and travels.
Great defense by LSU. Right now, LSU is trying to front down in the post area.
The Tigers lead it by 3, 7:39 to play in the first half. We're coming back with more.
If you're ready to buy a pre-owned car or truck and you think selection counts at Barney's on the Hogan Road in Bangor, the selection goes on and on and on. We've got cars, trucks, and an occasional something else. It goes on and on and on. We've got Chevys, Fords, Mazdas, Chryslers, Pontiacs. It goes on and on and on. And when it comes to price, you can't buy better anywhere than at Varney GMC Isuzu on the Hogan Road in Bangor. It just goes on and on.
Way back when the world was still in black and white, the people of Hammond Lumber Company started out in business with a tiny sawmill in Belgrade. Since then, Hammond Lumber has grown into one of Maine's largest building suppliers, offering superior quality products and helping their customers fit all the pieces together, with many special services and even free delivery. So for years of experience that you can build on, talk with the people at Hammond Lumber.
Visit the Coach House Restaurant for the best home cooking around. The great family atmosphere is just right for any occasion. There's plenty of hearty food at the Coach House. They give you hefty portions. And you get prompt, friendly service, too. The home cooking at the Coach House is just like Mom's. Try the delectable daily specials and top it all off with scrumptious homemade desserts. For the best home cooking around, visit the Coach House Restaurant on Wilson Street in Brewer.
We're back at the Pete Maravich Assembly Center. Elaine Powell, 6 of 6 from the floor, and she can elevate.
You wonder why she has been scoring 25 points a game. That's a pretty good example why. Going to see Blodgett here on the other end. That was the questionable push-off call, and maybe Coach Gunter had a valid argument on that one. I'm not sure.
I tell you what, though, something I've noticed in watching even the first game and this game, a lot more physical play in this NCAA tournament than we're used to seeing. A lot more gets let go.
Certainly. I mean, and as a player, you like to be in those games where you know that the officials aren't going to call every little nitpicky thing. You know, if you're getting banged, that you can give a little banging back, and it's going to hopefully equal out in the end.
Dorsey for 3 more. Latasha Dorsey has 8, and she only averages 5. 28-22, LSU with its biggest lead at 6. Vachon to a cutting Blodgett. She works down low and travels. 11 turnovers by Maine, 2 by LSU. Tigers with a chance to increase their lead. Gay for 3 more and nobody near her, but she missed it. Lucky break for Maine. Stubbs with the rebound. Nobody near Gay on that one.
I don't know where Maine's defense was that time. LSU pushed it down the floor. Some of the Maine players didn't even have their heads turned around yet on defense.
Perini will go to the line as she is fouled.
Not a popular call here in Tiger country.
Well, the Maine cheerleaders, oh yeah, good goal. Katrina Hibbert called for the foul. That is her first.
You're going to see that help side coming over again. Right now, LSU is trying to front Maine's post players, and they're relying on that help side defense. You saw Cassidy earlier in the game get tied up when that help side defense came over. That time, Perini, when that lob pass came in, the help side slid over. She drew the foul.
Perini hit the first free throw. She shoots 58% for the year. Carver's back in. Kelly Stubbs is on the bench. Perini makes them both, and it's a 4-point game. LSU leads it, 6.5 to go in the first half. Gay now in the corner, goes to Hibbert. Back up top to Gay, and now Elaine Powell. She hasn't missed a shot yet. Dorsey, pestered by Vachon into Hibbert. Up and in. Nice move by Hibbert, who had Perini all over.
Great little hesitation. She could have gone right up with her shot. Probably would have had it blocked. She waited for Perini to go. Perini was like, oh my God, I'm a little bit too close. Went up with a good shot.
Culver's on the board for two. Blodgett found her, and it's a 4-point game still. Maine exchanging blow for blow. Black Bears are going to have to turn it up on defense here and try and shut down LSU. They have been hot. Powell posts on Carver. Back up top to Dorsey. Thought about the three, got it to Gay. She'll take the three.
On fire.
Pietra Gay hits the three. It's 33-26 LSU. The Tiger fans to their feet. Coach Colombo needs a timeout. We're going to take a break. LSU pulling away a little bit. 33-26. We're coming back with more right after this.
I have cable TV, which means that in addition to cable channels, I can still watch local programming.
So?
When you sell a DBS system to a customer, do you tell them they can't receive their local stations anymore?
Nobody watches local programming anymore.
What about local news, sports, and weather?
That's what newspapers are for.
Newspapers?
Well, if they insist on watching local channels, then I just sell them a regular antenna.
Regular antenna?
A regular antenna.
If you're thinking about DBS, you might want to think twice. Frontier Vision, still the best in quality entertainment.
This one's kind of fun.
Introducing Certainteed Easy Handler Insulation. Fiberglass wrapped in soft fabric. Less dust, less itch. EBS House Care, your prescription for home improvement.
What can you get for $189? One golf club, fancy shoes, sunglasses, rollerblades, or how about a 1996 Ford Contour program car from Darling's Ford for only $189 per month, period. That's right, you bring only the first payment of $189 and drive away today. A 39-month, 39,000-mile lease. Sales tax and fees, they're all included. Absolutely nothing down. You bring only $189 and drive a 1996 Ford Contour. Darling's Ford, Bangor.
Pietra Gay almost in the main bench when she took this three-pointer.
And you can see Vachon saying, if you want to try to shoot from out there, go right ahead. Gay has incredible range on that three-pointer. She's drained, I don't even know how many. You can see the three-point field goals here. Maine, 1 of 3.
33-26. Maine trails it by 7. It's been back and forth from the start. As expected, Powell and Gay leading the way for LSU, and Blodgett and Cassidy leading the way for Maine. Turnover by Blodgett. Maine has turned the ball over 13 times. And a blocking foul called against Blodgett as Powell drove to the hole.
Anybody gets in Powell's way, they're either going to get run over or Powell's going to pull up and take that jump shot. She's so dangerous. She's so fast and quick. We saw her earlier in the game do a little hesitation dribble, drive to the basket. That is her game.
Powell and Gay are called the best backcourt in the nation, and it's for a good reason. They have 23 of their team's 33 points. Two outstanding senior guards. Powell adds another point to her resume. And another. And now LSU coming with a little bit of pressure. Trying to force even more Maine turnovers. Vachon to Blodgett. Blodgett with Dorsey on her.
Good composure that time by Vachon. Had a couple players running at her.
Cassidy to Cassidy with somebody hanging on her arm, and finally the whistle. Could have picked, I think, 1 or 2 players there.
Yeah, you're right. That time, we saw Perini come high. Cassidy did a good job sealing inside. Usually when you have, as a post player, when you have someone sitting on one side or the other, when the ball reverses back up to the top, you spin off that person's weight and hold them. That time you can see Perini, good pass into Cassidy, used her body again extremely well.
Stacy Perini having herself a good game too, with hustle and rebounds. And Cassidy doing the scoring. She already has 10 and now 11. And it's back to a 7-point game. LSU 35, Maine 28. 4:30 and counting to play in the first half.
Sandy Carver that time goes, I think I'll go out on Gay this time.
You have to trouble her from half court in. She gets the ball. Will drive, throw up the wild shot, short of the rim, rebounded by Vashon. Blodgett is ahead of the pack, and nobody's with her. Just about the easiest 2 points we'll see Sydney Blodgett score. A little slow getting back there. That's something we expected to see more of from LSU. But it's a 5-point game now. Powell, so good with the ball. Quick pass into Gay, quick pass to Howell, too strong. Howell again, too strong. Perini can't get it. Howell again to Gay, and Gay's fouled by Vashon. Too many chances for Maine. They had to have one of those rebounds.
They did, and we said that LSU, good offensive rebounding team, and that time, so many opportunities inside. Gay had a couple of shots. Maine has got to keep them off the board. You can't give LSU that many shots one time down the floor.
Stacey Perini takes her seat. Clara Danes checks in. Pietra Gay at the line, averaging 16.4 points. You see the rebounds and assists. She hits the first free throw, shooting 83% from the free throw line. And Gay already has double digits. She's at 10. She and Powell both in double digits. Make it 11. 37-30. Maine trails by 7. 3:40 to play in the first half.
Look at Cassidy inside, posting up. Now you can see, look at Hibbert working, trying to keep Cassidy off balance.
Carver on the baseline, back up top to Blodgett. Shot clock's at 6. Blodgett tried to get Cassidy. Hibbert stepped up, and it's 3 on none. Here comes Howell for 2. Kia Howell ahead of the pack, and that's where the athleticism certainly showed there for LSU. 3 Tigers ahead of the pack, beating Maine down court.
And that started with Hibbert's defense on Cassidy. You could see her getting her feet, moving around Cassidy. Blodgett didn't see her get her feet around. Great deflection, ends up in a 3-on-1.
2 more for Jamie Cassidy. 39-32, Maine down by 7. What a game the freshman is having. Putting on a show for the crowd at Baton Rouge. So much talk about Cindy Blodgett coming to town. Jamie Cassidy saying, hey, don't forget about me. Rebound Cassidy. Maine with a basket can cut it to 5 or 4. Vashon, another freshman, looking for Cassidy. She was fronted. Danes with a ball fake, stripped away by Powell. Those quick hands there again. And here comes Elaine Powell. She'll drive, kick it in the corner to Hibbert, and Hibbert hits. So many weapons. Katrina Hibbert averaging just under 10 points a game. 41-32, the lead back to 9.
You can see a lot of screening action down inside for Maine. First they set that up screen for Blodgett, then it's a post-to-post screen.
Off balance, Cassidy found Carver. She hits the floor. The basket is short. Here come the Tigers again. It's Pietra Gay all the way. Pietra Gay just got up close and personal with our photographer, Bill Mason. She ran him over, but she managed to get the basket. LSU's biggest lead now at 11, 43-32. Blodgett can't answer. Tries to get it back. Gay gets it, and the Tigers on a big run here. 9-0 run for the Tigers. Powell dumps it for Howell. Showtime from Elaine Powell. A no-look pass, and the Tigers are cruising. 45-32, a 10-0 run by LSU. That is a good way to close out a half. Talk about momentum. Maine all out of sync on offense. Blodgett with the shot clock at 5 will hit. And Cindy Blodgett was looking for a foul as well. Blodgett has 13, and LSU looking to play for the last shot of this half. Elaine Powell in no rush.
The only time you're going to see her not running.
45-34. The Tigers have ended with a flurry here in the first half. Powell runs over Carver. Offensive foul.
Heady move that time by Carver. I think Carver probably actually saw what was going to happen. Powell was out front going, hey, when the shot clock gets down, I'm going to take it to the hoop. Carver stepped in, picked up that charge. That's a good play for Maine. They've got 9 seconds left. If they could get a shot, a good shot, and a score here, it could maybe, you know, ebb some of that tide of momentum that's gone to the Tigers in this last 4 minutes.
3 seconds to play in the half. Blodgett will pull up and hit. Cindy Blodgett for 3 at the buzzer. She pumps her fist, and Maine has a little momentum, maybe just what they needed. LSU still leads it 45-37. At the break. Halftime festivities coming your way. We'll head back to the News Center crew. Maine trails it by 8 at the break. Stay with us. Rejected by Cassidy, gets it back, rejected again. Jamie Cassidy saying, get that shit out of here. 6-point game, Maine trails. Dorsey, in low to Gay, and Cassidy, another block. Look at Jamie Cassidy. Wow. Watch Cassidy after the block. Just giving her a look like saying, out of here. What's the matter with you, short stuff?
Gay, at such a height disadvantage, didn't even shot fake. She just decided she was going to take it up. Want to try to get Cassidy, those bigger players, off their feet. Right now, LSU is just going up with their shot. Cassidy goes, bring it on. I'll get it out of here day in, day out.
Blodgett was double-teamed and then turned it over. Here comes Henry. She'll stop at the free throw line and get fouled by Blodgett. And for those of you lip reading at home, Cindy said, "Miss Official, I don't agree with your call." Or something like that. I was paraphrasing. Stubbs comes in, and for the first time tonight, Cindy Blodgett will sit down, and she is hearing it from the LSU crowd. Elaine Powell is also on the bench and has been for most of the second half. She has 3 fouls, and that is why she is out. And Maine has been able to stay close, I believe, because Powell is on the bench.
Well, it will be interesting to see who steps up for LSU. I think my top candidate would probably be Gay. Big question is who's going to step up for Maine. Right now, you've got Cassidy, Clark, Stubbs, Daines, and Vachon on the floor.
It's an 8-point lead, 57-49. 12:50 and counting to play. Cassidy again turns left and will go to the line again. A big collision there as 2 LSU players fell on top of each other. And getting up slowly is Caritas Henry, number 5, right in front of you there. She fell hard over Kia Howell. Wow. The rousing boos coming from the LSU crowd wanting the call to be against Cassidy. And Cassidy hits the free throw, and the Maine crowd fires back. And now we've got ourselves a little emotion involved in this one, as the 2 crowds getting very vocal. After Cassidy made that free throw, the Maine bench stood up and cheered like it was the game-winning shot. This is the loudest this crowd has been. Cassidy hits them both. 57-51, 6-point game. If the Tigers thought Maine was going to go away, it did not happen. Hibbert. No, Cassidy rebound off. Yes, it goes off of Hibbert. No, excuse me. Off of Dorsey. She comes up limping. And Maine will get the ball again and a chance to cut this thing to 4. Vachon behind the back, looking for somebody. Katie Clark on the floor. Very young Maine team out there now. Cassidy again drives, no foul this time. Danes heads up, off of Dorsey. What hustle by Clara Danes to keep the ball in Maine's possession.
Heads up play.
Vachon picks it for Katie Clark. She gets it, looking for Cassidy. And Clark just stripped. Great defense there by LSU. Aga Chezek with the call. Gay kicks it out to Hibbert. She'll pull up and hit.
Nice looking shot that time by Hibbert.
Hibbert has 10. That's her average. And the lead is back up to 8. Blodgett on the bench. Powell on the bench. The two stars of these teams. And the crowd getting louder by the second. Dorsey went for the steal. Stubbs wrap around to Cassidy, and she'll go to the line again. What a pass by Kelly Stubbs. The wraparound pass to Cassidy, and Jamie Cassidy is making a living at the free throw line. And Blodgett will come back in.
Great pass by Stubbs. She got in there and said, I think I'm going to pass it off. No one guarding Cassidy. Up for the foul. Looks like a pretty clean block to me.
Cassidy has 22 points and is 9 of 12 from the free throw line. Make it 10 of 13. 4 blocks to go for Cassidy as well. 7-point game, 59-52. Jamie Cassidy hits the second free throw. It's 59-53, a 6-point game with 11:39 to play. Maine is keeping it close. We'll be right back.
Okay, here's another look. O'Connell gets out. Beautiful balance. She's got her card. Express pay. Exquisite swipe. She's gaining momentum, reaching for the receipt. And yes, she sticks it. The judges know it. Unbelievable performance. Put a tiger in your tank.
Weber Energy Fuels and Exxon, teammates since 1935, congratulates the University of Maine women's basketball team for having another outstanding year. Good luck, Lady Bears, in this year's NCAA tournament. And remember, put a tiger in your tank.
We searched the far corners of the galaxy for the largest vehicle selection, competitive pricing, and down-to-earth salespeople. We found them at Morrison Chevy Geo and Lincoln Chevy Olds Geo.
Check out the 97 Chevy Malibu for the perfect balance of design and affordability. Or the 97 Chevy Venture, a minivan full of great ideas. Or the 97 Olds Cutlass that creates solutions to everyday problems.
Don't get lost in space looking for the best deal. Visit Morrison Chevy Geo in Ellsworth.
And Lincoln, Chevy Olds Geo in Lincoln.
We've got the keys you need.
Welcome to Sam's Satellite City. May I help you?
I'm interested in DBS.
Direct broadcast satellite. You'll need a dish, a receiver, decoders, and converters, connectors, various and sundry electronic components.
I need all this.
This will get you started. Say, how many TVs do you have?
3.
Well, then, you're just going to need a few more things, aren't you? There you go. Of course, this doesn't include your monthly subscription fees.
That costs extra.
And if you still want to watch local network programming, you'll also need a regular antenna. We have an excellent selection of regular antennas.
We are back. 59-53. Jamie Cassidy putting on a show. 24 points, 4 blocks, 2 of them right here.
Cassidy doing it on both ends of the floor right now for the Black Bears.
There she is. Maine fans will not be tired of seeing her. 59-53, 6-point game. And Elaine Powell will check back in at the next whistle for LSU. She'll be playing with 3 fouls. Blodgett is also playing with 3 fouls. And they go right at it. Karina's Henry goes by Blodgett, hits for 2, lead back up to 8. Henry doing a nice job filling in for Powell. Blodgett's three is off the mark. Stubbs battles the rebound. Can't get it. Cheswick does. Here come the Tigers on the run. Gay stutter steps, drives into Carver, and will get called. And now a little few words of wisdom there between Carver and Gay as well, as Pietra had something to say after that one.
Sure, Carver said, you know what? Bring it into me again, and I'll do the same thing.
And Elaine Powell is in. LSU has played most of the second half without her, but she's back. That can't be good news for Maine.
Number 11, yesterday.
Gay now with 14. Here's how she got to the free throw line.
Great stutter step. Carver did a great job. Didn't go for that stutter step. Knew, hey, I'm standing in line to a basket. She's going to have to get by me somehow.
The lead is back up to 10. Maine was within 6. Couldn't get any closer, and now it's back up to 10. Cassidy will drive, now hit Stubbs on the baseline. Stubbs loses the ball out of bounds. Another turnover by Maine. LSU wanting the crowd to get into a little bit. Vashon in, Stubbs out.
Replacing number 12, Kelly Stubbs.
These next few minutes very important for the Black Bears. If the Tigers should go on a run, that could spell their doom. Maine needs to stay close. Gross inside, 2 more.
Nice move. Nice move. Great patience. You can see the LSU coaching staff pointing, saying, bring it to the other side of the floor.
20-second timeout for Joanne Colombo's team. It's a 12-point lead, and it changed in a hurry. It was just 6 a couple minutes ago.
This Tiger team is so explosive, and for Maine, you have to go, okay, who is going to come down and shoot this time? I mean, you've got Gay, you've got Powell, and now you've got Gross starting inside. That time, Gross came from the weak side. Perini didn't put a body on her, let her get position. And again, it's very difficult for a post player, once that person gets position, to defend against it.
The turnovers, I would imagine, tell the story. 21 by Maine, 6 by LSU. 12-point lead for LSU. And a technical foul called against Caritas Henry. On the inbounds pass, she went over the line and tried to bother Blodgett, and she is whistled for the technical foul.
With a technical foul on number 5, Caritas Henry. At the line, number 14, Cindy Blodgett.
And Blodgett will take the technical. She hits the first one. And the second. 65-55. 10-point game, and Maine will get the ball.
Into the game for LSU, number 4, Natasha Dorsey.
Natasha Dorsey back in for LSU. She's been the one guarding Blodgett. 10-point game, just over 10 minutes to play. The Black Bears trying to hang with the 9th-ranked team in the nation, and Blodgett has 2 more.
That was just a clear out. All 4 players dropped low. Whatever side Blodgett came down on, that post player stepped up and set that screen.
22 for Blodgett, Hibbert for 3. Won't go, Powell rebounds, pushes over Vashon. And an offensive foul again. Powell lowered the shoulder, that's her 4th. And that could be a huge break for Maine, and it is, because Powell's going to hit the bench and pass shot with the best player control violation foul she's ever taken, because it just put Elaine Powell on the bench.
Well, it didn't look like she had any choice. I mean, Powell just cleared her out of there. What's the thing that Vashon was going to be able to do about that?
Blodgett looking to do something herself. Look at the dribbling, and 2 more. Sydney Blodgett is heating up. The Maine fans are psyched. It's a 6-point game. What dribbling there. The LSU defender just watching in awe. was amazing. It's a 6-point game, and the Tigers are going to have to hold off the Black Bears without their best player. Elaine Powell on the bench with 4 fouls. Turnover. Maine with the ball. They can cut it to 4.
Here you go. You're going to see that clear. All 4 players drop.
Blodgett is fouled by Dorsey. Sue Gunter is beside herself on the bench, begging for that push-off foul to be called against Blodgett. Cindy is playing with 3 fouls, so she needs to be careful. She hits the first free throw. Watch the clinic here. You're picking it up at the end of the dribbling exhibition, and Blodgett hitting for 2. Blodgett hits again. It's a 4-point game. Who would have thought that with 9 minutes to go, Maine would be within 4 points of LSU? Well, it's happening. Maine fans on their feet. LSU fans on their feet. Gay to Howell and the foul. The Tigers answer. Pietra Gay caused that play. Penetration and dish, and Howell made the Black Bears pay.
You can see pretty much that was the same offense that Maine just ran for Blodgett. That time, Gay stepped out. All the players cleared out. She dribble penetration. As soon as that player steps up, she dishes off down underneath.
3rd foul on Stacy Perini. She hits the bench. Danes is in for her. Howell hits the free throw, and it's back to a 7-point game. Back and forth we go. When Maine gets close, LSU opens it up a little bit. Blodgett with Gay all over. Now Howell. Blodgett will spot up for 3. In and out. Cassidy can't get the rebound. Howell does. Oh, excuse me, that's gross. And here come the Tigers again. 7-point game. Gay in the corner to Dorsey. Dumps it off from Gross. Rejected by Cassidy. Howell plows her way in for 2. She lowered the shoulder, got Danes out of the way, and hit for 2 more. 9-point lead now. Maine needs to answer. Blodgett drives on Gay and is fouled by Gay, who can't believe it.
Looks like Maine designed itself to let Blodgett start taking control. Either draw the foul, or they play offer, do that little dribble exhibition, and pull up for the 3.
Well, I'm no basketball expert, but with 8 minutes left to go in an NCAA tournament game, I would want her to have the ball as much as possible. And she hits the free throw. You got to go with what got you there. And you're looking at what got Maine here, or at least a big part of it. 28 now for Blodgett. 7-point game. The Black Bears need to do something defensively here. Big problem for LSU is Powell on the end. Vastron with the steal. And the basket. The freshman made it happen. 5-point game. LSU, the experienced team. Maine, the young team. Out of bounds. LSU's ball.
In game number 12, Kelly Stubbs.
Kelly Stubbs is in. Sandy Carver is out. Maine is within 5 points with 7:30 to go. We're going to take a break. Don't you dare go anywhere.
Maine experience the University of Maine at Machias, a personal approach to education.
Because of Maine's weather and terrain, the most practical family vehicle should have four-wheel drive, four-wheel anti-lock brakes, and airbags for safety. It should have 6 passenger seating to be able to cart the kids. It should be able to haul a load of wood or a trailer, and it should be able to get you to camp or your favorite fishing spot. At Darling's Auto Mall, we sell Maine's most practical family vehicle, the GMC Club Coupe and Jeeps Cherokee and Grand Cherokee. So come in and compare the price, the place, and the people.
And now, if you will please turn to page 17.
You're in business to make things happen without mistakes.
I don't have a page 17.
What?
I don't have a 17. No 17.
Oh, well,
I got 4 17s.
I got a bunch of 3s.
Toshiba copiers never let you down. From brilliant color copies to network connectivity and perfect collation. With Toshiba, you're in business.
Should have used a Toshiba.
For reliable copiers, fax machines, and Toshiba service and supplies, call Kinney Office Systems.
Rachel Bouchard welcoming you back to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. We talked about a big play needed on defense, and the freshman came up with one.
A little Cajun cooking that time by Amy Vachon, picking Gay's pocket. Then, great job. She stopped and went, oh no. Didn't travel, kept that pivot foot down. Big momentum shift for Maine.
The Black Bears are on a 12-5 run in the last 4 minutes. Gross inside, up, too strong. Howell there, she'll get it. Oh, almost had the basket and the foul, but instead will have to earn it by going to the free throw line.
That's the 3rd offensive rebound Howell's had the last 3 times down the floor.
Yeah, and she's been getting those rebounds over Clara Danes, and there goes Clara Danes. And Stacey Green coming in to add about 4 more inches of height to maybe keep Howell away. But you're right, Kia Howell has done a wonderful job in this second half getting chances for herself. She'll hit the first free throw. It's a 6-point game. 71-65, 7:18 to play. Blodgett playing with 3 fouls. The star for the Tigers, Elaine Powell, on the bench with 4. Powell hits them both at 7 now. 72-65, Maine trailing 7 minutes. Little over 7 to play. Cassidy inside, she'll spin. A lot of contact, no whistles, bodies everywhere. Tigers come away.
I think Cassidy got away with one there.
Tony Gross was wide open there for a second, but nobody saw her. And Powell is at the table. She'll check in at the next whistle and try and not fall out of this one. Hibbert will stop, pop, and hit.
She's got such a nice shot. Very smooth. She's got great rhythm and a good release on that as well.
Katrina Hibbert is a freshman. She has 12 points. Blodgett double team. Dorsey and Blodgett tie it up. And Maine will keep the ball. Blodgett got a little fancy with the dribble there, and Dorsey said, well, while you're going between your legs, I'm going to come take it from you.
Boy, Dorsey just jumped on that opportunity.
She is so fast.
Great defense. By the time Blodgett had it between her legs, it was already gone. You can see she's going to come up. She's going to see what Blodgett's doing. Blodgett's done it the last couple of times down the floor, and this time Dorsey said, no way.
Powell is back in. She'll be guarding. Actually, she's now down low guarding Stubbs, playing with 4 fouls. Blodgett tried to get it up top to Perini. Vachon with the quick hands to keep it alive. Amy Vachon for the basket. Wonderful balance there by Amy Vachon, and she has come alive in the second half. 7 now for Vachon. Gay through the lane, and a travel. Gay can't believe it, but it's true. Turnover, LSU, they're up to 10. Maine has turned the ball over 22 times.
That's the second time she's been called on a travel for that jump step. Get away with it in the NBA. I guess you can't get away with it here.
Kick called on Gay as Blodgett tried to get it inside to Cassidy. Maine is looking right now to get Jamie Cassidy the ball. Cassidy sets a pick now for Blodgett, works her way up top. Vachon will get a pick from Cassidy as well, and then roll. Vachon couldn't get it to her. Now Stubbs, down to Cassidy, up top to Perini, now Blodgett. Gets a pick from Perini, hesitates, has Stubbs underneath. Kelly Stubbs, a little too strong. Cassidy's there, Stubbs again, and Kelly Stubbs working hard for her 2 points. 74-69, 5-point game. Vashon, almost another steal. Gay to Howell. Howell back up top to Gay. Thought about the three. Now Powell for three. Elaine Powell has been on the bench for most of this half, but has not missed a beat.
You wouldn't know it.
Big-time players make big-time plays, and Elaine Powell is the epitome of big time. 3 of 3 from three-point land, 19 points overall, and her team a little more breathing room. Blodgett on the baseline, fouled by Gay. Third foul on Gay. The Black Bears really living at the free throw line all night long. Blodgett and Cassidy doing most of the free throw shot taking, and for Maine fans, luckily, making most of them.
Cassidy doing a good job inside, drawing a lot of fouls, and Blodgett outside with her penetration. They're having a hard time staying with her.
2 more for Cindy Blodgett. 77-71, 6-point game. Maine shooting just under 90% from the free throw line. Blodgett is 12 of 12. Powell to Hibbert, spins away, then stops, pops short. Cassidy rebound. Maine can cut it to 4. All year long, Maine has been able to play with the big teams, but just not get the win. Will tonight be different? Blodgett for 3. In and out. Blodgett thought she had that one, and a big body goes to the floor. Kelly Stubbs hit the floor hard and nailed her head on the floor. She gets up and seems to be fine. That looked a lot worse than I think it was, but wow, her head went smack against the floor.
Oh, she just had to fix her ponytail. She's all right now.
They make them tough in Sherman Mills, don't they? So it's still a 6-point lead. The Black Bears fail to chip away there. Powell with the ball. She is the leader of this team. Vashon knocked it away. Almost took it from Gay. Now Gay will go baseline, throw up a wild shot. Cassidy rebound, now to Stubbs. And Stubbs will slow it down. Maine can chip away again with just over 4 minutes to play. Looks like we're going to have ourselves a fantastic finish. Cassidy lost control, but it went off of an LSU player, and Maine will keep it. The fans are booing, but that was the correct call. It went off the foot of one of the Tigers. Nervous moments for this LSU arena, expecting their team to cruise, and it's been anything but. And now Maine within 4. Blodgett hits for 2 more, 77-73. Cindy Blodgett has played as advertised. A 4-point game. Gay will shoot, no good. LSU players ran into each other, and Blodgett is fouled. She'll go to the line with a chance to cut it to 2. This Maine crowd is in a frenzy. Sue Gunter is not.
Frenzy is not where she is.
Gross and Howell ran into each other, and that's where Blodgett was able to get the ball.
Gross just stuck out her knee on the way.
13 of 13 from the free throw line is Cindy Blodgett. I'm not sure anybody would have believed that Maine would still be around at this point in the game, but the Black Bears are within 2 points with 3 minutes and 34 seconds to go. Wow, what a game. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
People all over Maine and New Hampshire are on the move this winter, enjoying the great outdoors. And the way many folks get around is in a tough Chevy truck. Right now, $1,000 cash back or low 6.9% financing will go a long way toward getting you into a brand new Chevy S10 pickup. If you're looking for the most dependable, longest-lasting truck on the road, Chevy's the one.
Sometimes to be the best, you have to be at it early. When you care about what you do, you can't let time, or terrain, or a little morning traffic keep you from coming through. A wholesome spirit, hometown goodness, they're all part of honest work, early on a brand new day. Another perfect day for Country Kitchen.
Maine's rivers, they flow for all of us and help CMP make clean, efficient, renewable hydropower. Because some fish need to spawn above some of our dams, we've installed fishways that allow them to migrate safely upstream. For more information, call for your free river guide. Responsibly managing Maine's rivers, that's good for fish and for people who love to.
The Maine fans with plenty to cheer about. Their team trails by just 2 against the 9th-ranked team in the nation. If the Black Bears can pull off a win tonight, they'll play the second-round game against Marquette. The stations of the Maine Broadcasting System are proud to bring you live coverage of that game beginning at 9 o'clock Monday night. Catch all of this great tournament action exclusively on the stations you count on for sports, WCSH 6 in Portland and WLBZ 2 in Bangor. But before we can think about Marquette, Maine has to think about LSU. Wouldn't that be something? The 12 and 13 seeds play on Monday. Vachon thought she had it.
That was awful close.
But the foul is called. Good defense by Maine, though, really had LSU flustered there.
Good job by Preeny that time. Deflected the ball away inside. Little hot potato action again out front. Vachon just got her hand in there.
Pietra Gay will go to the line. Free throws have been it for Maine in the second half. The Black Bears are 21 for 21 from the free throw line. They've taken 32 free throws so far. Perini goes out, Cassidy comes in. Anxious moments if you're a Maine fan. Gay hits the first. This is a great atmosphere for a college basketball game. The Pete Maravich Assembly Center has seen some wonderful games. And right now, this might be on that list somewhere. David versus Goliath, and David's hanging tough. Down by 4 with 3 minutes to play. Danes looking for Cassidy, but they're doing a nice job fronting her. Howell's all over. Stubbs to Vachon. Vachon will drive. The C opens up. She misses. Howell the rebound, and Stubbs got a piece of it. Amy Vachon knew she should have had that one.
And you can see that time down the floor. Dorsey, as soon as Blodgett crossed half court, was there. As soon as Blodgett passed the ball away, instead of taking that step back defensively, you could see she took a step right up. She was going to be in Blodgett's shorts that whole time down the floor. Great drive by Vachon. Just saw the defensive gap open up. Just didn't get that one to fall for her.
Neither team has missed a free throw in this half. 21 of 21 for Maine, 11 of 11 for LSU, now 11 of 12.
He thinks that, yeah.
You might think I did that on purpose. I can't say. No comment.
No comment.
79-75, Maine down by 4. Blodgett runs into Dorsey. Now Blodgett is double teamed. Gay is on her. Dorsey's on her. And Blodgett throws it away. Defense by LSU turned it up. Cindy had nowhere to go, and she wound up turning the ball over. 23 turnovers by Maine. LSU fans on their feet. 4-point game. Powell. She does it all. She found Gay on the baseline, and Gay can't get it to go. Blodgett has it. Directing the offense. The crowd getting louder. Blodgett will go left. Now up top to Vachon. Thought about the 3. Had Stubbs, but just let it get away. And Amy Vachon knows that she just let one get away. And Coach Colombo wants a timeout. Try to calm her team down. Young team feeling the pressure of a close game. Exactly 2 minutes to play, down by 4. The Black Bears are certainly getting the chances here.
They are, and that was a great job that time. You can tell the fall league team, LSU, that time, last time down Blodgett, double team. They did a great job of just double teaming. What they did is they blocked her view. Rather than try to slap at the ball, probably what Blodgett wanted them to do, they kept their hands up, they blocked her view, so she couldn't see where to pass.
The defensive pressure converged on Cindy Blodgett. You'll watch here. She thought about calling a timeout.
Or throwing it off someone's leg.
And just had to force it into Cassidy, but Howell was right there. Nowhere that Maine could go there. Wonderful defense by LSU.
Gonna take a look here. Kelly Stubbs, great body control. Misses the first one. Ball squirts back out. And again, no LSU players putting a hand in her face. She had a clear lane to the basket.
Both sides of this arena have become very vocal. Again, I'm not sure that the LSU fans expected to be having much to cheer about tonight, or at least not this much tension. But Maine has fought every step of the way. 23 turnovers by Maine, 12 by LSU. The Tigers have scored 26 points off of Maine turnovers. That will be a statistic that will haunt Maine if it should lose this game. 2-minute warning is here. Buckle your seatbelts, folks. A 4-point game.
Don't use any airline terms.
Oh my goodness. We won't even get started on that.
Oh no.
Let's just say that 31-hour drive to Louisiana doesn't sound so bad anymore. Powell to Gay. Gay will take the 3. No. Blodgett almost had the rebound, but Dorsey got it back. Cindy thought she had that one. And you see LSU at no rush. Powell just going to hang on to the ball for a little bit, milk the clock. Vashon went for the steal. Powell shielded well. Backdoor cut to Gay. Gay can't get it. Perini can't get it. Blodgett does. No numbers by Maine, though. Blodgett, what a pass to Carver! What a pass by Cindy Blodgett. She threads the needle. It's a 2-point game with 1:15 to play. I thought Blodgett was going to slow it up and wait for help.
Well, again, it was that little hesitation. The defense kind of draws back a little bit, thinking the same thing, and Carver just kept going strong to the basket. Blodgett made a great pass.
Maine is on an 8-2 run. Hibbert to Howell. She hits. Kia Howell has been a factor. It's a 4-point game, under a minute to play. Blodgett tried to get it to Carver, taken away by Howell. Another turnover by Maine, and now the Black Bears will have to foul. And Blodgett fouls Gay. Turnovers, turnovers, turnovers.
That time Blodgett trying to make something happen. Didn't quite get the needle that time.
4th foul on Blodgett. 37.5 seconds to play. Maine down by 4. And there you saw Blodgett tried to get the no-look to Carver, but Howell did a great job after scoring at one end, getting back and stopping that play.
Great hands that time by Howell. And again, I think she probably read Cindy Blodgett a little bit, saw her slow it up, and then started making that move to make that bounce pass again into Carver, and he wasn't going to be fooled twice.
Gay hits the first free throw and then takes a timeout. Sue Gunter wants to talk about strategy here. Her team leads by 5. 37.5 seconds to play. And you would assume Maine is going to have to start thinking about the 3. It's no secret that they want Blodgett to take it, but I'm sure the Tigers will be pretty aware of that as well.
Well, I'm sure that Coach Gunter is telling them, whatever you do not foul a 3-point shooter and make it a 4-point play. I wouldn't be surprised that they foul Blodgett if Blodgett has the ball in her hand to make her earn a 1-and-1, rather than take a chance of her sticking the 3 and taking the chance of having a foul called and making it a 4-point play.
The Black Bears went on an 8-2 run to get back into this thing just a couple of minutes ago. This was a key play. On defense, making the stop. And then at the other end, when the Maine didn't look to have numbers, watch the pass here in the vision. Threading the needle to Sandy Carver for 2. But Kia Howell has really come up big in the second half with rebounding, with baskets, and with defense. And the LSU athleticism has really shined or shown here in the second half.
It has, and again, Maine has done some very good things in this ball game, but you can't box out every single time. And when you don't box out, players like Howell are going to take it to the hoop, get those rebounds, and really cost you.
5-point game, 37.5 seconds to play. Maine has fought this LSU team every step of the way. Carver, Blodgett, Vachon, Cassidy, and Perini on the floor. Of the group, Perini the only senior.
Win or lose this game, I think Maine has gained some respect. They would have liked to have come away with a win. There's still 37 seconds left in this game. That's not unthinkable for Maine.
Gay hits the second free throw, so Maine is down by 6. Blodgett with Dorsey on her, looking to get some room, finds Carver in the corner, little too far. Another turnover by Maine. 25 now. And the Black Bears will have to foul again. And Carver gets a piece of Gay. Gay will go to the line for 2 more.
Number 22.
Before this team left, and as soon as Maine found out where it would be seated and who it would be playing, Coach Joanne Palumbo said, we'd like some respect. And the best way to get that is to go into an opposing team in a hostile environment and win.
Well, they may not win, but they have gained that respect.
As expected, Gay icing it at the free throw line. She now has 20 and has been spectacular. The marquee players in this game have lived up to their billing. Blodgett, Powell, Gay, and Cassidy have put on a show for the fans. Vachon will drive for 2. It's a 5-point game, and LSU turns it over. With 19 seconds to play, it's a 5-point game. Wow, hold on a minute. They're trying to find Blodgett. Vachon to Perini. Perini misses the easy 2, misses the easy 2 again. Wow. And that is extremely disappointing. Stacey Perini couldn't have asked for anything more. Twice. Except for to make that shot. And she missed it both, and the Maine bench just can't believe it. That was their shot. You see Perini was wide open, nobody there, and the rebound again, and again, was too strong. And the senior will check out, obviously frustrated and disappointed. Possibly her last game at Maine. Hibbert hits the free throw. You've got a feel right now for Stacey Perini, who's going to blame herself for something that might not have mattered anyway. Hibbert hits the second free throw. It's a 7-point game, 14 seconds left. Will Blodgett get off a shot? No. Cassidy will take the 3. That won't go. Gay's fouled. This one's over. 5 seconds to go. 7-point lead. And Maine gave its best shot. Came up a little bit short. Unfortunately for this team, that has been a familiar theme all season long when playing tough non-conference opponents. They're there till the end, but just not enough to get over the hump. I'm not sure that anybody in Maine doesn't believe that that time will come. Sandy Carver fouls out, the junior from Beals, Maine. Gets a hug from assistant coach Jody Benner. Katie Clark, the freshman, will check in. Carver with some big defense, some big baskets. You see the look of disappointment on her face.
Also in game number 4.
In yesterday's press conference, Coach Colombo said that this game will not make or break her team's season. Cindy Blodgett, obviously upset, is out of the game, trying to console Stacy Perini, the senior. Jessie Briere, the freshman from Cape Elizabeth, checks in. Jamie Cassidy, an outstanding game by her, will check out. Just a freshman.
I have a feeling she'll be back here again.
Maine could taste it.
And that's what's so disappointing is that they were so close.
Final score will be 88-79. And it was a lot closer than that. This Maine team, I think, earned a lot of respect. But they did not earn a victory. As has been the tradition, the Maine team will huddle in the middle of the floor and salute its fans. But it's not a happy salute, as it usually is at Alfond Arena. $78-79, your final score. The Black Bears fall to LSU in the first round of the NCAA tournament. We'll come back to wrap things up for you right after this.
University of Maine Women's NCAA Basketball Tournament on WLBZ2 is brought to you by Morrison Auto Dealership, EBS Building Supplies, Maine and New Hampshire Chevy Dealers, Hammond Lumber, Barney GMC, Central Maine Power, Darling Dealership, Weber Exxon, and by Saturn of Bangor.
Life doesn't stop because of a little snow. You can't stay cooped up. So we cope. I drive a little slower, I pack a few extra mittens, and I always carry a Motorola cellular phone. Hey, around here, you never throw caution to the wind. Hi. Who are you going to trust?
Trust your family's safety and security to Motorola and cellular service from Unicel, the official cellular service of the Maine Black Bears.
When the high school basketball season comes to an end and things get back to normal, there will probably be a lot of work to catch up on, like that special building project you've been trying to get to. Well, the people at Hammond Lumber Company are ready to work with you to make sure you have all the tools and materials you'll ever need, plus free estimating and free delivery, too. So when you're ready to start building your building team, talk with the people at Hammond Lumber.
LP gas, a clean and efficient energy, a cost-effective fuel for heating or cooking. But the use of LP gas poses concerns for safety. A new Maine state law requires all LP gas handlers to be certified by July 1st of this year. At A.E. Robinson Oil Company, we've taken measures to ensure that our people are certified. We feel that when it comes to providing comfort, the first issue is safety. If your LP gas dealer isn't certified, call A.E. Robinson Oil Company. Your safety is important to us.
We are back at Pete Maravich Assembly Hall. 88-79, your final score. Louisiana State University, the 4th seed in this tournament and the 9th ranked team in the nation, knocks off the University of Maine Black Bears in what was a very, I would have to say, entertaining game right down to, well, the last 48 seconds, actually.
Certainly was. And again, we said that Maine wanted to come in here and gain some respect. You know, they had a very strong conference performance. Their non-conference performances, again, they didn't win a lot of their non-conference games, so I think people question that. But I think today's performance shows they're at that national level.
And to end on a happy note, we look at Maine's team. They lose Stacy Perini. They lose Kelly Stubbs. That's all, folks. Everyone else back. Freshman Amy Vachon, freshman Jamie Cassidy, freshman Kristen McCormick, sophomore Clara Danes, a junior, well, next year senior will be Cindy Blodgett and Sandy Carver. Just so much talent coming back that I would guess the odds-on favorites to be here again next year would be the University of Maine. But this year, coming up short to LSU, a valiant performance. I don't think anybody can be disappointed in their performance, just disappointed in the outcome. 88-79, your final score for Rachel Bouchard. and our entire staff, I'm Lee Goldberg. We hope you enjoyed this game. We enjoyed bringing it to you, and we'll hope to see you next year. Thanks, everybody, and good night.